Be careful. It gets to Japan.
Oh, yeah, right.
He didn't mean it.
Yeah,
He
right.
was just kidding.
Yeah, right. Actually, I was at that luncheon yesterday,
Yeah?
and when they found out I had music that was being performed in Japan, they asked me to write a little article for the retiree newsletter.
Huh.
So, yeah, I was working on it last night, and I found 6 or 7 photographs from Japan to include with the article.
Huh. We should let
Yeah,
everybody
some of
know
them
here
were
that
pretty
we
good.
had some technical difficulties, so we're running a little late, but we will be with you. Oh, heck with it. Let's just go here.
Okay.
No need to go
Are we
another
actually
two.
broadcasting?
Yeah, we're on the air. Two,
Oh,
two
sorry, I
minutes.
didn't mean it.
It was all just a joke.
I love Japan.
Oh my God. Well, hello, Harry.
Sushi.
Sushi, love Japan. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Have some coffee. Hey,
Yeah.
coffee. Hey, coffee. Hey, Harry.
Kurt, I hate to say anything, but
Where in the world did you get that great coffee mug? Ah,
I logged on to the links in the description below,
yeah,
and
mine's.
I clicked on coffee crawl mug,
Yeah,
and
and it just showed up at your
lo and
door.
behold, they showed up on my front porch.
That's what I did.
I thought they charged for those.
Mine's late. No, I didn't think so. I hope not. Well, anyway, so we went to, we're doing this red line coffee crawl thing where we get on the LA Metro red line and we stop at each stop along the way and take pictures and mostly have coffee. But this time it was Westlake. Westlake, I guess that's an area.
Seventh and Alvarado.
7th and Alvarado. For some reason,
Yeah.
that area is known as Westlake, and so that's where we were, and had a nice day. We had lots of coffee at Langer's, but we have some pictures.
Ah.
Oh, there's
Eh,
Wilbur.
this
Yeah.
is a Kurt Sletton original.
This is I know I keep repeating this, but this is what happens from time to time. We're sitting there. I guess Harry and I look pretty obvious there, standing there by ourselves with our cameras hanging around our neck. But so many times people come up, hey, what you guys doing? As though we look interesting. And I don't know, maybe they think we're tourists or something. But anyway, there's this guy. And yeah, I said, we go out every Wednesday morning, take pictures. Okay, what about you? Well, he says, I live down here. And you want to buy a bike? And I said, well, no. He says, yeah, he says, he's looking for a motorized bike. So he's trying to sell his bike here. But he lives downtown and takes the LA Metro everywhere he goes.
And he was an interesting guy.
Yeah, he was very
And
interesting.
yeah, loved to chit chat.
And yeah, so many times we run into people that, I don't know, a guy looked like the kind of guy you might want to leave alone or something. He looked like he was thinking about stuff. And yet here we end up having a nice conversation.
Yeah, and he was very agreeable. Uh, oh my God, what's that?
That's your
Oh, I know
picture.
what that is. Yeah, this was on the way back, and I was actually kind of discouraged with the number of pictures I'd taken. Usually I take quite a few more.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was sitting on the train, there was I thought 3 minutes is up. Time to take a picture,
Time to take a picture and just look at it.
and that's what was there. And then I thought, well, that legs and a bicycle. That's how you get around on a bicycle using your
Using your
legs.
legs.
So at the bar in the middle, I couldn't take that out without the car caving in. So
That would have been rough. Yeah, it's funny. This stop and maybe one or two others that we've gone to over the last, 2.5 years we've been doing this.
mhm.
It seems like you get out of the metro thing, you step out and you go, hey, look at all this. And then
Yeah,
you start walking around and after you take a couple pictures, you can, well, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. And
yeah,
I don't know, sometimes this was one of those areas that it was okay. It wasn't our worst stop. One of them we didn't take any pictures at all. We just went down to the next stop. But yeah, this wasn't too bad. And this is
And I found myself having to think about taking a different kind of picture too, because
yeah,
it's there are not a lot of static things. There are people milling around. It's kind of everything's in disarray, and
yeah,
so what I was taking pictures of were things in disarray, and trying to figure out how to take pictures of things that don't organize themselves easily into well organized photographs.
yeah, yeah.
I like this. This is really
Well,
good.
one of the really difficult things to do sometimes is go to an area like Seventh and Alvarado, which is very culturally rich. A lot of
Yes.
stuff going on. The sidewalk markets, the people,
Uh,
the people in the park. I mean, there's really a lot going on. But so many times you take pictures like that, and I don't know, it looks like, I don't want to say touristy pictures, like it's bad, but
uh,
I don't know. They just come out looking like snapshots, and when you
yeah.
when you aspire to something better than snapshots, it looks a little different.
Yeah.
Well, this is the obligatory mural shot in the terminal.
Yeah.
And God, they look great
Interior.
in color, but in my eye, they look terrific in black and white too.
Yeah.
Good old
Yeah. This is really nice.
lines and shapes and shading and everything. Plus the lighting down there. I know I say it every time, but the lighting down there is just great.
Hmm.
And there's
Yeah.
yours.
One thing about the black and white. Oh, yeah. I was going to say there's quite a difference when you see it in color, but I think also, especially in a case like this, the fact the mechanics of the camera are doing something to the color that makes it look more surreal
Yeah,
than it is in real life. So, like to me, the red over on the left looks pretty enhanced by the photography process. I
uh-huh.
didn't do that in I didn't do that in Photoshop. That happened in the camera. I
Uh-huh.
guess I could alter it, but the mural itself looks pretty much the way it looks.
Uh-huh.
In when you see it in person,
Yeah,
it's just a completely different spirit in color and black and white.
it is.
Benito,
Benito,
I
boy,
recognize you.
here's another example of just the nicest people coming up and introducing. They're curious. Hey, what are you guys doing? And
Yeah,
we tell them, and sometimes they're photographers. They see the cameras and they want to talk about cameras, I guess. Um,
yeah.
this guy was
Uh,
so in his
tell,
post.
tell, tell them about the war zone photographer.
Well, I didn't get a picture of him. I ruined the picture.
I know,
But
yeah,
this
but
is a guy that was similar to a guy we saw on the sidewalk who he says, "You're a photographer." I said, "Yeah." He says, "I'm a war photographer." And I said, "You're a war photographer?" He says, "Yeah, watch." And he takes his camera and he points it at MacArthur Park. I'm taking pictures of the war zone. Oh, God.
he was like a stand-up comic.
Yeah,
But
he had a whole
it would have been
routine.
like Robin Williams, except he wasn't that funny. But it was rapid fire gab.
Yeah, this guy was kind of the same thing. He had the same energy.
Yeah.
He started talking, "Hey, what are you doing? What do you got there? What's this all about?" And I said, "What about you?" I said, "Are you bold? Because you look bold." He says, "I'm bold," and you can tell by the picture that he's bold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and there's MacArthur Park on the right, looking down Seventh, and the building at the end there is the old Bullock's Wilshire. And
Yeah, that's right. You figured
yeah,
that
I
out.
looked it out, found it. Now, believe it or not, it looks like it's right at the end of the street. It's probably a mile away from the end of Seventh there, where Seventh turns off,
Uh,
in Langer Square. And
was
this
that what
gal,
that is? Langer Square?
there's Langer's in the background.
Oh,
This gal, I saw her coming. I said, "Boy, for whatever reason, I've got to get a picture." And
yeah.
there's a face that tells a whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those
This
guys look
this
familiar,
one's
Harry.
mine, right? Well, the reason they looked familiar when I took the picture, and now I actually know who they are because Kurt clued me in. That's Jaime Escalante. Who's the one with Jaime Escalante?
James Edward
The
Olmos.
well,
He
almost is
was
on
played him in the
the
movie.
right then, right? Yeah, yeah.
I didn't recognize
Oh,
Jaime
okay. That's
Escalante, but I
interesting.
did
I
recognize
thought the one
Olmos.
on the right was actually Jaime Escalante,
It is.
but that's Olmos.
No, the one
I
on the left
saw
is Olmos.
Olmos in person once at the Jazz Bakery over in Culver City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was there to see Elvin Jones, and I almost didn't notice him. You know,
Uh-huh.
he had the ability to not be present, even though he was standing right there.
You could
If
blend in the
I
wallpaper.
hadn't, yeah, if I hadn't stared at him for a moment, I never would have seen him.
Hmm.
But I like the fact that he wanted to see Elvin Jones.
Yeah, that's interesting because in the movies he's got that very distinct look.
Yeah, yeah. And when I've seen him in other films, he has a kind of supercharged presence.
Mm-hmm. He could be acting.
Hmm. I
Well,
never thought of that.
you know, I love this old architecture downtown, and
Yeah.
this is probably from the 20s. I tried to find some kind of information on it, unless the building has had some sort of historical background. It's real hard to find. It's just a building
Mm-hmm.
when it all comes down to it. But I love
Y-
the architecture and
Yeah.
the effort they spent making these buildings look nice.
It's just a building. Really, it's only the filigree along the very top,
Yeah,
and those added portico, they're like Roman or Italian portico things over four windows. All the rest of the windows they haven't done anything with.
well, that's true.
Why those three? Are those
Put your best
executive
foot forward.
offices? Yeah, yeah. And the one that faces out into the square.
Yeah, that's the fanciest one. It's got the curve and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, this is where we spent most of our time, actually.
Yeah, right. If I would take off my dark glasses, I could probably get the menu
Yeah, it sure is
read
dark in here.
faster. Yeah, yeah, right. How come we always go out at night?
One of the waiters came over and he saw the camera and he said, "Are you guys looking for birds?" And he started talking about all the birds that they have around here. So apparently he was a bird guy. And eventually
Oh,
we
that's
ended up
right.
talking
Yeah,
about squirrels and pigeons and everything. He was real interesting.
yeah, yeah. This is me pretending to be interested in something to eat, so they'll let us sit down,
Oh, by
and
the
then
way,
saying, "Oh,
yeah,
I'll just have a cappuccino, thanks."
we were interested in the price too. The price of a pastrami sandwich now
Oh, yeah.
$22. Thank you very much.
At Seventh and Alvarado, yeah.
Yep.
That might as well have been 42nd and Broadway
Yeah.
in New York.
Yeah.
For
I wonder
that
what
for
it
that
is there.
price,
Holy smoke.
$50.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't know that.
Well, all right. This is MacArthur Park.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something a little more dramatic here, but it's got the nice clouds and it sort of looks like a vintage postcard to me. But
I think we were talking about this. I like one of the things I really like about this is the sculpture over on the left
mm-hmm.
actually looks like a friar walking through the park,
Yeah,
or keeping an eye on things
yeah,
in his diocese.
yeah. Did you ever get a chance to go over and see who that actually represents?
I referred to it as Father Sarah, but I'm not. I just made that up.
Yeah.
We're going to go there next week. We can walk over and look at the sign.
Yeah, we'll figure out
Or
more.
somebody, one of the two of us, probably you, could look it up.
Mm-hmm. And there he is. He looks like he's reading to the masses.
Yeah,
Maybe he
yeah.
is.
Reading the mass to the masses.
Pretty good. Love the colors there, the blue
Yeah,
bases.
he's reading to the ducks in the lower left.
The ducks are listening.
Yeah.
Somebody, anybody. Oh, the Westlake Theater. This was my favorite. I didn't have any real killer diller shots this time around, but this was my favorite picture of the day. And
Yeah, that was nice.
actually
That's
got
nice.
to do a little research on it. The Westlake Theater was built in 1926 as something like 1,950 seats for vaudeville shows and movies, and it's gone through a bunch of owners over the years. But it's a historical landmark, so they can't really do much to it. It's protected.
Mm-hmm.
But the latest owners, who've had it for several years, bought it with the intention of renovating it, but not so much. It's still a swap meet, but it's love the sign anyway. And
Uh,
Harry and I were
you know,
wondering about the Westlake Music School had
I
to
was
be in
just
this
going to
area at
mention,
some
yeah,
point.
yeah. One or the other of us, perhaps you, perhaps me, is going to research where the Westlake School of Music actually was.
Oh yeah, next week
That
for
was a
sure.
going concern in the 50s.
Next week for sure.
Right.
Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if this was
That's,
a Wednesday thing. I didn't find out, but if this is just on Wednesdays or if this is there every day. But this
there's only
farmers
one way to
market
find
thing was
out.
pretty big, actually.
Yeah. And we got there just as they were setting up booths.
Yeah,
By the time we were ready to leave, it was more extensive. And we left what, about quarter to 11, 11?
yeah, I think so. And there's the corner of 7th and Alvarado.
Yeah. So how did
Chinese food.
your what kind? Oh yeah, you're setting your camera for black and white, so you don't change the pictures from color to black and white, do you?
No, no, I shoot in
I
black and
haven't
white. I'm
tried.
trying to teach myself to see pictures in black and white.
Oh yeah, I haven't been doing that until after I look at them in color and wonder what they'd look like in black and white.
Well, to be honest, sometimes I wonder that myself. You like this? This is a pretty colorful shot.
Yeah,
And that probably would have been good in color, but I like it.
yeah. I mean, it has a postcard from the 20s look.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who was it that commented that the cars? Oh yeah, they're right there from
From
1920.
the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. The 70s. Yeah.
Now, it's pretty clear by now, but these are not in any chronological order, which I kind of do on purpose. I like them kind of bouncing around, but sometimes I wonder, this probably should have gone after your picture of sitting. This is inside Langer's, and just inside Langer's.
Yeah.
There's the counter. Still a very good deli. And boy, I'll tell you, regardless of prices, when we left about 11:15, people were pouring in for lunch.
They were. Yeah, and we noticed at the time they look like tourist
Yeah,
families.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know which L.A. guidebook tells them to come to Seventh and Alvarado. And Langer's, it must be a guidebook that says Langer's is a classic LA deli.
It's got to be
So,
something like that.
and here's how you get there. So everybody comes pouring out of the metro, and there's Langer's,
Hmm.
almost as soon as you turn to the left. So,
I'm not sure I could, with a clear conscience, recommend any tourist going to that area. It's not for the beginners.
yeah. Well, I think during the bright daylight, you're in good shape. It's like that place in in South America where we were told not to stay after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, another mural shot.
Buenos Aires. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a really nice
yeah.
shot.
These look great.
Same to that.
All right. Well, shoot. Uh,
Well, as
I
as as a famous as two famous people used to say, you've wasted another perfectly good 25 minutes
that's about
watching us
it.
joke about photographs.
I had
And
my
this
Ninja
time,
chat all set up so we could ask questions here, but of course that doesn't want to work.
yeah.
So sorry, honey, that my wife
And
has to
let me
question. My
do
wife
this
says,
the
"Great
shameless.
picture, love the sculpture." but I
Oh,
can't display it on the
I think
screen.
I wrote that.
Oh, oh my
Anyway,
God.
shameless self promotion once
Oh
again.
my gosh. Yeah, another. Did I mention that these are available in the link below at a reasonable price?
Yeah, yeah,
And
and they're
t-shirts and
fun. They
golf shirts
really
too.
look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
By
I'll
the
have
way,
them by next week.
shout out to you. Kurt designed these, and they look really good.
It's a high quality mug.
Yeah,
And
like
since
ours.
since we're on the subject, don't forget to subscribe and leave a
Mhm.
comment and ask questions because we're trying to build our little humble little channel, and that's how you do it. So we need your help. So thanks a million.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's it for today, I guess, right?
I can't think of anything else.
I think we're done. I think we were done before before we finished. But anyway, we're going to try this again at at 10 o'clock next Saturday, and hopefully we'll have all the kinks worked out.
You know, one thing, maybe it's not so politic to let people know this, but we start conferring about this about 9:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, we use up all our best jokes between 9:30 and 10, and then between 10 and 10:30, we're floundering
Yeah.
and flubbing and
We've already talked
wondering
about it.
what the
It's kind of boring.
yeah what's going on. Why did I say that at a quarter to 10 when I could have said it
What was that
a
line
quarter
again?
after? Yeah.
All right, next week at 10, we'll try to be on time and we'll have better pictures.
Okay.
Shouldn't
Yeah,
have
you know,
apologize.
I just had some coffee in my coffee crawl cup, so now I'm wide awake. I'm going to write a few jokes and put them away for next week.
Yeah, write your material, get your material ready ahead of time.
Yeah, right.
All right, see you.
Okay.
See you, Harry. Bye.